Sorry, I'm fixing up my computer at the moment, trying to make it even better, and it's given me problems to a point where I had a massive headache last night, so I didn't remember everything I need to do. So I'm fixing everything up now, but I'm using my laptop for it, so everything sounds a little bit worse. But that's fine.
Where it's like,
There we go.
you're so
Because
angry and someone coming in. Hi everyone.
that might
Oh
be
my
loud.
gosh.
And someone comes in, they're like,
It is.
he's
It's so
excited. Uh,
To me, it's straight up just the cell thing. And fine, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me a lot. And that one's
still green.
It bothers me so much. Hello, this guy. Welcome to the stream. So let's see. We'll do hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. Today, our storyteller is Corin, and we're going to be continuing the tale of Jumpchain RWBY Terminal Season. If you guys have not seen all of our content before, we are a group channel that does a whole lot of group stuffs, but a lot of times we do D&D or D&D-like stuff, including this, and we have a YouTube called Tables of Tartarus, which has all of our pre-existing content if you guys want a lot of history upon it. Why are you not giving me my shit? But yeah. Oh, okay. Well, my mix-up is broken for this stream, so that's okay, because I don't have it right now. That's fine. Alright, Corn, take the floor.
So
Okay, there we go.
he's dead, right?
Okay, I'm still here. Sorry, I was not on my Discord. My laptop is struggling. Corin, take the floor.
Gladly, what's left of it at least.
I did the thingy-mabobs I needed to do. It's fine.
You know, half of it's dirt now, but that's fine. You know, the broken, rotting wood will probably function as a floor at least for a few seconds.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Look, I'm in shambles.
all it needs to last is the end of the session. The session of RWBY Terminal Season. So welcome everybody, and let's have a good session, because hoo boy, we ended in quite a spicy situation last time, didn't we? Y'all were fighting your way through, everything was going well, and then, under recommendation, Culty had Katie reach out and try to commune with the force above the canopy that just made something disappear, and then it proceeded to reach down and tried to pull her up. And it successfully pulled a part of her up. Katie Henderson is now sans arm. Specifically, your right arm is completely ripped off at the shoulder, with your aura desperately flooding across the area in an attempt to patch it up to seal it so that you don't completely bleed out in the next few seconds. Please note that your health has been reduced. I will go ahead and set it there.
I'm not surprised.
Yep. You are not doing so hot right now. You are, in fact, feeling rather cold.
No.
Right now, the closest person to you, and according to the turn order, the next person up on the thing, probably because I didn't update it, but we'll just run with it, is Lynn. Lynn, you're acutely aware of the red that's spattered over into your right eye. The fact that a good chunk of your face and a lot of your torso is covered in a very warm red. And that Katie looks... She isn't screaming. She isn't panicking. She's confused. She looks shocked, and she looks like she's rapidly going pale. And you can see that it did take that part of her with it as it surged back up through the canopy, leaving not a single mark, except a single splotch of red on a couple of the leaves that it moved through.
Spooky.
So how's Lynn responding?
How does Lynn respond?
She screams, Katie! And she'll go and run up to her, and she grabs the arm that's injured, because she doesn't know medical. And she thinks that she needs to put pressure on it somehow, and is trying to use some sort of just some sort of fabric around somewhere that she just rips off and trying to stuff it in the missing part.
Good thing you have Victorian dress.
Yes.
You've got a lot of cloth.
Um, Jack Hunter. She screams over to them to try and get over to her.
Hunter will
Help!
immediately rush to her side, looking
Hunter,
deeply concerned.
Hunter, I would like you to remind me, why did you choose to go on this adventure in the first place? What is your character's desire?
Specifically to protect his party.
That's
Whoa.
not why you chose to take this journey.
Oh, to fight the
from-
biggest game,
yeah.
I believe?
Yes, that was the reason why you set out on your journey, why you agreed to become a hunter, was to hunt the largest, most powerful game, correct?
Uh-huh.
I would like you to roll me a speed roll to represent your reflex.
Oh, dear me. Okay.
Well, what does that
No.
mean?
I'm concerned. I have 0 speed.
Cool. Then you roll 1d6, you pass on a 6.
Nope.
Okay. Keep in mind that you just failed that. Jack, why did you choose to go on this adventure? Riveting.
Yeah, well, it's like, how do you answer that for someone like Jack in a way that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because his first initial gut reaction was boredom. His
Fair.
second reaction is, oh, great, I'm stuck with people. It's kind of changed over time. That's a thing.
Well, right now, what would you say is Jack's heart's desire?
Keeping the people that he's traveling with alive.
Okay. Understandable. Yeah, you won't need to roll. Lynn, can you tell me, what is it that you chose to do? Why are you here? What is your heart's desire?
She was being initially, it wasn't her best choice to come here, but she had to help a friend. But for this specific place, Strav?
Just what you desire. Not in this exact moment, in the idea of like, obviously right now your only thought is helping Katie, but at a larger idea, pulled out and away from this, what does Lynn want?
She wants to help her lost friend, but also very deeply not to die.
Okay. You don't need to roll. Katie, what is your heart's
Katie?
desire?
Katie wants to know and experience and love the strange and the unusual. Whether that's the SCPs or the grim or whatever eldritch horrors lay beyond the unknown, she wants to understand, or if not understand, to love and to know it.
Okay. Hunter, you failed your speed roll. Your reflexes were insufficient. You're strong, you're powerful,
I'm not quick.
but you were too slow to avoid getting slammed into from the side. You were immediately thrown bodily towards your team, crashing into the ground and damaging the earth itself underneath you as you slide past Jack. The four of you are practically tightly clustered together at this point, Jack, even with your massive log in your arms, the tree trunk, really. As you turn to see a massive creature. Its forearm alone is the size of Hunter. As it's not human. That's for certain. If you had to describe it, it's more gorilla-esque in overall form, and yet as its body seems to ripple and you can see its massive arms split into several more, its hands seemingly made up of more arms, tightly bound together, warped around each other like fibers making up a rope. It slowly moves forward, and you can just see the upper half of a human skull covering the majority of its head. A crude mockery of what a skull is supposed to be, aped in the same shape as all of the skulls of Grimm are. As instead, you can see its mouth, what should be the lower jaw, dripping downwards. As that black tar hits the ground, it doesn't fade away like most. It instead hisses and burns at the ground like acid. And it starts moving forward, its massive rope-bound arms pressing into the ground as it pulls itself closer and closer to each of you.
Deeply concerning.
Lynn, you are currently providing the best medical care you can to Katie. I'm going to ask you to perform a dexterity check.
Yeah.
Down the bleeding. And what you are confident in is that the sopping wet rags are now as brilliantly scarlet as your hands and forearms are. The bleeding just will not stop.
Oh, no.
Hunter, after having taken that hit, you took only 1 point of damage. The ground was more damaged than you were, really.
Fair.
Pretty quickly. Right now, it's you and Jack standing between it and the injured member of your party. How do you respond?
Let's see. He would probably dig his weapon into the ground like usual and shove in a fire round into it. It seems to be the most useful against Grimm for whatever reason. And he would be going to take the sucker out as quickly as possible.
Okie doke. Where do you aim the shot?
Is there any obvious weak points,
Torso,
or is it
head,
center
limb?
mass?
There's no clear and obvious weak points. The entire body seems to be made of arms reaching out and grasping one another, coiling around like fibers to a rope, just moving and pulling each other across the entire body.
Okay. In that case, he's going to assume that it has a center mass that the arms are coming out of, like a Hydra has a body for all of its thousands of heads, and he's going to be aiming directly in the middle and trying to get it to spread. Assuming I can still hear you. Oh, there you are. Okay, so roll dexterity.
I don't know because I don't know what you said.
Oh, dick. Sorry.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah,
keep moving. The freaking CPU is just not good enough on this. So assuming it's like how Hydra has a center mass for all of its different heads as a body, he's going to assume the same thing for those massive amounts of arms, and he's going to shoot directly into its chest rim.
Okay, go ahead and make a dex roll. You take no
Okay.
penalties.
And then he gets a +3 flat from his bullets as well.
Yes, to damage.
Yeah, from damage.
Nice.
As I recall.
Yes, to damage.
But first you need to
And
hit, which isn't going to
That's
be
a
hard.
4, yes.
2 degrees of success. Go ahead and roll
Very nice.
2d6 +3 for damage.
Alright, will do. Hold on just a moment. 2d6 +3. Do. Oh my god. There we go.
You can do it. I
There
believe
we
in
go.
you.
8 total.
Okay, I'm just going to add the 3, so that is a total of 8 damage. As the imp shot lands inside of it, it punches into a good solid foot inwards before it detonates, flame belching out of the gaping wound now, and chunks of its black acidic tar launched in all directions from the force of it. Huge amounts of it spatter across the battlefield, and it occurs to you now, every human that was here is long gone. They're just missing. All those people that previously there, you went ahead of them, but you weren't that far ahead. You can't even hear them fighting anymore. There's no signs of anyone nearby. And as the belch out chunks of black hit the ground, more of that acidic burning rings out through the area. Let's see.
That's
Whoops, that
weird.
was supposed to be a 6. D6. Okay, 2. Not high. It avoids impacting against any of you, if only barely. Jack, you can definitely smell the acrid scent of whatever this acidic substance is filling your nostrils as some of it lands literally less than a foot away from you, eating away at the grass and ground.
Hmm.
Katie, endurance, please roll to not die.
Gotcha.
Okay, let. Oh, okay. Roll20 is asking me for a subscription, which I'm not interested in. I would like to roll for my life, please.
Yes, please do.
Subscribe to not die.
Let me- Come on, give me. Give me the
Press A to
Roll20.
save the world.
Dude, can you imagine if I get a critical failure right now?
Oh,
I would
no.
laugh really hard.
What is your... Yeah, you have fairly high con, right?
Endurance. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You have fairly high endurance, right? Yeah.
Roll20 is trying so hard to load right now.
Do you know your
Yes.
stat off the top of your head? Because I could roll it for you.
Yeah, I have 3 ticks in endurance.
Okay, 3 ticks in endurance. I'll go ahead and roll 3d6 for you.
I'm
Thank
surprised
you.
your roll 20 is not loading for you very well.
2 degrees of success.
Nice.
No,
With two
wait,
deg-
what?
You got
What,
2
2
degrees
degrees?
of success.
2
Yeah.
degrees. Good, 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 good.
So you are able to try and bring yourself to focus. You feel lightheaded. You feel wrong. You can hardly focus, and you could swear your shoulder itches way more than it should. You're on the ground now, having fallen over mostly. Not completely. You seem to be being supported by something that you quickly identify as Lynn. Then you hear something. A voice, a growl from the back of your head.
Oh,
It's not hostile. It's familiar. Just a low, rumbling growl. How do you respond to it? Because it seems to be asking for permission.
I think I feel like I'm too out of it to really think too much about it if I would very much anyway. I just kind of, I guess, shakily just like yeah, that's yeah, do that. I don't know what. Yes.
Okay.
I'm just imagining I'm like muttering this aloud maybe.
Please roll your Abyssal Cuties. Unless you're not in yet.
I really think it just
You're not
doesn't
in.
like me today. So
Okay, well,
You
what
might
is
want
your
to pause in and
supernatural rating?
reload it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. What's your supernatural?
4 ticks.
4. Okay, so that will be 46 plus 1d6 because it's your semblance.
Yes.
Oh,
That is
boy.
a 4. That is 4 degrees of success. That is more than a
Yes!
critical.
Yes.
Katie, the growl is familiar, but other sounds start filling your ears too, and your vision starts to go dark. Lynn, Katie is clearly losing consciousness right now. The
Mhm.
amount of blood loss, you are fairly confident that there's more blood on you and your body than there is in her body right now. That is how it feels. And you are watching her drift off.
No. I shake her. I tap her on the face. I say, Katie, you need to keep your eyes open. You need to stay awake, okay?
Your
You
hand
just can't.
leaves red smears of her own blood across her cheek.
Oh no.
Katie, they're not here to help you. I don't know how to help. You gotta keep holding on. She like, tightens the thing on her arm. Just trying to keep
Yeah.
her awake.
Katie, you recognize the voice after a few moments, and you're not sure how he got here. But it's nice to have him here. You definitely hadn't forgotten what Fluffy sounded like.
Oh.
It's nice to have him. You don't feel so cold right now, but you don't feel warm either. Your right arm, it's starting to itch. It is just really bad. Enough that it's pulling you back to consciousness. It's grating at you like a scratch on your brain. Like it feels more like wire being pulled across every nerve and fiber. It itches so bad. Lynn, Katie's starting to thrash.
Mm.
Oh,
More blood starts to spill out, but notably, it's not spilling out scarlet. It's turning darker. It's turning tar black.
Nate's in hysterics. Just tears falling from her eyes as she's trying to hold her with her gravity, speaking to her, just trying to get her to wake up.
We're moving to Jackalope's turn as she continues to thrash and starts to bleed black. Jack, in front of you, is a massive enemy threatening the entire crew. Behind you is a horribly injured teammate on the brink of death. What do you do?
Well, Jack's gonna look at this situation. She's bleeding a weird color. People typically don't bleed black, and given he doesn't have a lot of knowledge on abyssal cuties, he has enough to understand that weird things just kind of happen to Katie.
That's fair.
Like, he has no idea what's going on. He was about to solder that wound closed. He's not so sure that was a good idea anymore, given she's bleeding black and she's thrashing. Usually super injured people don't thrash. And he's got a really, really, really big stick right now.
Okay. How are you putting that stick to use?
Well, given Hunter just shoved a thing, that thing's acidic, Jackalope's gonna wind that really, really, really big stick, and he's chucking it full force with explosive power behind it into the creature that's coming at them.
Ooh,
Okay.
boy.
The creature is currently holding still as a result of that massive shot to its torso, as it seems to be trying to patch itself together. Go ahead and make me a dex with a 1d6 bonus dice.
Get him.
Get him good, boys.
Which I
Yeah.
think your dex is 4?
Yep.
Cool.
Ooh.
46 plus 1d6.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a net 0.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and roll that. A 0 to a 0, you take the win. The tree impales it through its torso, immediately lodging in. Since it's not an explosive, all of the force and the like that shoves into it causes its body to erupt in the black tar away from the rest of you, instead causing it to stumble a little bit before leaning forward and resting its weight onto the large tree trunk, before it then refocuses its eyes directly on Jack and slams its entire body to the ground, impaling itself the rest of the way and pushing the entire thing out of it through the hole in its back, as the entire torso of it splits out into more hands, each one the size of a human arm, as it starts pulling its entire body across its belly towards the rest of you. Go ahead and roll 2d6 damage.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
It is a log. I mean, to be fair, how tall were these trees? And Jack was just kind of carrying basically
Yeah.
one of them.
You were
Good lord.
carrying a broken chunk of one, because right now the trees are at least 120 feet tall, and that's a little bit beyond your strength without using your semblance.
Yeah.
Fair.
But that's still like a very big tree piece. Like,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
tiny.
Not at all. You were swinging a couple 100 pounds of force every time that you swung that around. We're talking like 6, maybe 700 pounds of violence. But it's continuing to crawl towards the rest of you. The only question, of course, becomes, well, it would be whether or not Lynn even is able to tell that it's coming. The thing is, there's another person on this list that I don't have an icon for, and it's their turn. Katie,
Uh-huh.
your critical success is really powerful. And right now, your vision having gone black, you can instead see something in front of you. It is an eye, massive and all-consuming. It is everything. It is large enough that it is not consuming the horizon. It is the horizon. You can't look in any direction without seeing the eye, and you know that it sees you. It needs to know. What do you want? What will make you leave?
I mean, I'd like my arm? It's really hard to hug people without it. I don't know
You
who you are. It's my abyssal
There
cuties tell me anything, or
Your Abyssal Cuties tells you that right now you feel like you have a lance going through a part of your eye as it continues to ask questions. Now it wants to know, if you get an arm back,
Oh.
will you leave?
I guess. Yeah, I don't really know how I got here, but that would be pretty nice. What's your name?
An image sears across your skin. Forest. Trees in every direction and everyone feeding into a single point.
Oh my
One
gosh.
singular tree, and in the heart of it, an empty hollow.
Oh my gosh, did
And
I
it is
talk
what
to
it
you earlier?
it is.
Are you the same guy?
Recognition does fill you. This is Forest again. And you can
How?
tell it's starting to think. It's starting to reason. It's starting to use logic, just like a human would. And every single second it does that, it wants to die.
Oh no, I hate when I do that. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to give you sentience. It's just something that happens.
Your missing right arm begins to burn like it's made
Ow.
of fire.
That's not comfy, is it?
If you get your arm, if I grant you your wish, will you leave?
You mean just like here or like the forest in general? Because I can't really leave the forest in general, but I can leave here if you just make me stop
What
feeling
will
this
make you
pain.
leave the forest?
Oh, I need like a thing. A guy sent me here. Was it patron? The guy? Uh, hold on. What was it I
You
needed?
would have to describe the sensation of what just happened to you as being rapidly having your entire essence ripped through a straw, as
Ow.
suddenly in front of you is a flashing image from your own perspective of your patron standing across from you making the offer.
Oh my god.
And
Hi.
then an image of the hollow at the heart of the forest. If you see the hollow, will you leave?
Probably. I think so. This- I needed something. I don't know. Everything hurts right now, so it's kind of hard to remember exactly what I needed. But I needed a thing from there. Yeah, I think.
I will give you your heart's desire. Lynn, Katie disappears completely
Oh no.
mid scream.
Oh no! She when she was holding her, her palms just dropped to the floor. She's not there.
The blood
Katie left.
as your hand drops to the floor, it brushes against some of the black blood that came out of her, and immediately your breath is ripped out of your chest, and someone is standing in front of you. An amalgamation in the shape of a human, and it locks eyes, and in a voice that seems like a mixture of those that you've heard from the Straw folk, but a mixture of Katie's as well, it asks, "What is your heart's desire?"
Who are you? Where's Katie?
The black blood seems to wrap around the hand that touched it, squeezing tightly, and you can feel almost like it's trying to push into your skin as it takes a step closer and leans in. The voice as it speaks again sounds even more like Katie. What is your heart's desire? What will make you leave the forest?
She's nearly trembling in just the overwhelming of everything. Staring over this thing. Could she just like she thinks to the patron and how they'd asked them to go into the heart.
And that's what you think of?
That's what she thinks of.
Okay.
Unable to trembling to say a word.
Hunter,
Mhm.
Jack, both of you roll speed.
Oh boy.
That's a 0. That's 1
Nope.
degree of success, I think.
I have 0.
Did I double
Jack rolled
roll?
twice.
Did I roll
Yeah.
twice? Oops.
I'll use the first one. You have a 0
Oh
in
wait,
speed,
no,
so
that first one isn't.
Yeah, that first one
was
is
the
damage.
roll.
Oh, you're right.
The 5
you're right.
and 8
Okay,
is,
so 1
yeah.
degree of success versus a 0 degrees of success.
Mhm.
Okay, so its target to beat is 1. Does not.
Oh.
Okay. Both of you are able to outspeed it. Both of you are able to see the creature standing across from Lynn. It doesn't say a word. It doesn't seem to make a single sound. But you can see that it raises its arm. It raises its arm as though to strike Lynn. What do you do?
Hunter's going to immediately turn his gun to it and try to shoot it.
Okay. And Jack, what do you do?
Himself between it and Lynn because Jack is tankier than Lynn.
Okay. Hunter, go ahead and make a dex roll. I will
Mhm.
not require a roll from Jack, since just throwing yourself in the way is, I'm going to say that's possible.
Okay.
0.
He's very unnerved at the moment.
The shot fires
Oh yeah.
straight towards it, and it is clear it's going to land straight through the sensor mass, blasting a hole through it, but it just stops in the air beside it. The entire forest begins to tremble around you. It swings, and the first person it hits is Jack. You see, Lynn, Hunter, you see Jack completely disappear. Hunter, you watch as it then proceeds to turn to you, and its other arm lashes out. Roll speed to dodge.
He's not dodging this. Nope.
Hey, there's a chance, a low chance, sure, but you are not able to dodge.
Nope.
Lynn, you see as its arm immediately instead of hitting Hunter and making him disappear like it did Jack, it latches onto him, seeping across his clothing and wrapping around him like fluid solidifying around it, like it's freezing around his arm. The other arm swings down and strikes you, and everything goes black. We're going to focus first on Jack. You are in a dark, dark room. You're not sure where you are, but you know it's enclosed, and you know that you can't see anything except for the one who stands across from you that melds with these shadows because it is made of the same black tar that everything is. And it asks you the same question it asks the others. What is your heart's desire? It wants you to say it. It wants to know how to make you leave.
Can I tell that it wants me to leave?
Yeah. You can feel that it needs you to leave. It needs you all to leave, and it needs you to leave now.
Well, Jack's gonna look at it, sit on the ground, and explain why they're even there in a very simple, quick, to the point thing of what they're here for as a group. He doesn't exactly say his heart's desire because he doesn't think this thing could even understand what he would really want.
It
But he
listens
explains
as
why
best
we're there.
listens as best it can. You're here for a challenge. You're here for a reward. You're going to the end of a gauntlet to see the heart of Straw, to reach it, to touch it, because you were promised something. That makes sense. What were you promised, Jackalope?
Hmm. Be able to protect the people in my group, I guess.
That is what the patron promised you?
Entertainment, power. So far,
Well,
it's been pretty entertaining, but Jack still doesn't have enough power.
if you're granted power, Will you leave?
As long as my team's with me, yo.
The shadows give way to a different image. They fade away, and you are standing amongst others. In front of you is a tree, massive in its shape, but in its center, a warped hollow. Hunter,
Mhm.
you have been pulled towards the creature, the massive growth of ichor that surrounds your arm being what it needs to rapidly surge you towards it, pulling you in close enough that you can hear this whispering in the back of your head from it,
Mm.
as if each part of its body that you see in front of you is composed of some sort of speaking voice. But it just wants to know, what is your heart's desire? How do I make you leave?
He looks at it with like with a strange, almost like a confused face for a second. And he looks at it and he's like, if you want me to leave, I need my friends unharmed with me. My heart's desire will not help you in this case.
Unharmed, restored, your friends. This will make you leave.
Indeed, as long as I have my friends unharmed and restored, and we get what we came for, we will leave happily. My heart's
What did you
desire.
come for?
What
did
did
your
we come
patron
for? Or
promise
out of
you?
character, what did we come for?
Yeah, I remember now. The patron had promised us a reward, right?
Yeah.
The
If we
reward for
get
what our characters
something.
are seeking if we go and go to the heart.
If you reach the heart, you are each promised a personalized
Yes,
reward, such
if
as
we reach the heart.
information for
Mhm.
Lynn.
Mhm.
And in the case of Katie, it was a promise of basically to bring back Fluffy by giving enough resources that you'd be able to do the research.
I think for
As for
Hunter,
Hunter,
it was like some kind of upgrade. Something that helps him deal with bigger monsters.
okay,
Yeah.
and Jack was Jack promised something specific or just entertainment and was there to protect everyone else?
Jack?
Sorry, say that again.
What specifically did your patron promise you? Was it something specific or just that you were there to protect everyone else?
Because we all were at like, oh, what would you really like? And Lene was like, oh, I want to know about how to get information from my lost friend, and that's why we went to the heart.
Mhm.
For Jack, it was mainly just power.
All right.
It was unspecified, just more power.
Cool.
Again, current problems mean he can't protect people without power, so currently his promise would have been power.
Okay.
Say a hunter would probably say something along the lines of like, if we make it to the heart unharmed and restored, we will leave.
I see. Immediately, you are thrown bodily, but there's no heavy impact. You feel yourself thrown and you feel yourself fall. Then you land gently on the ground next to Jack.
Hmm.
Lynn, you had that image in your head of that patron's promise, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You are next to the rest of your crew, rest of the team, and you can see that in front of the hollow, all three of you can see Katie is there, laying on top of the wood that leads directly into the hollow. And standing between you and her is that shadowed figure. There's a rhythmic sound in the air like drums, but more like heartbeat, as everything seems to flow back to here. The literal heart of the forest of Strahv.
Is she safe?
Can
It
I see
gestures
her
to her
breathing?
arm. She is breathing, and the bleeding has stopped. Instead, you can see a small creature sitting on her shoulder, and it looks familiar. A tiny version of Fluffy.
Hmm.
Out of her coat comes several others, ones that you could have sworn weren't here, that were left inside of the warehouse as protection. You see the King Tajitu, you see the Nevermore birdie. They're all small and sitting atop of her. And you can sense power coming from them all. Power coming from her arm as well.
Fascinating.
The creature first points to Lynn. You desire knowledge over where your friend has gone.
Yes. Find her and help her.
I cannot help her, but you can find her. It raises its hand up, and immediately, what it looks like to Jack and Hunter is a movement so fast that they can't stop it. It's instantaneous. It is immediate. As a black shard surges out and seems to impale Lynn through the head. A moment later, it just disappears. And Lynn, there's an image in your head. A location. A jagged, sharp letter L. That is where you can find the next hint to her location.
Flip, guys, we headed to the Death Note jump.
Fine.
A jagged letter L is seared into your skull, and you know that's where you have to go. That's where you'll find the next step to finding her. That's what your patron was going to tell you. But it just told you anyway. It turns to Hunter, and it turns to Jack. You desire power.
Indeed.
Yep.
Power to
What
protect.
sort of power do you desire? The power to protect, to guard.
Indeed.
What do you desire? It says, asking Jackalope, still in the voice of Katie, but slower, more methodical, much calmer than Katie ever seems to sound.
Right now we're dealing with enemies that hunt your kind like candy. Even killing normal humans. My semblance is great, but it has a specific drawback of too much power build up, and I end up hurting myself pretty severely. Reduce it. Reduce the hit back.
Your enemy is physics. The recoil. It first turns to Hunter. The power to protect. It stretches out its arm, and black energy surges out, not like a blade piercing through the skull like it did with Lynn, instead just impacting against your chest. And you can feel it start to settle in. An ability. It's not guaranteed to last forever, but it's something. For now. But you're not sure what it is. Just a promise that it will protect.
Interesting.
As for you, Jack, it does a similar thing, but instead of surging outwards, it steps forward and rests both arms on your shoulders. It sinks into your skin, and part of it merges before it pulls away, its hands ripping off at the wrists as it does, as it sinks into your outfit, but mostly into the metallic arm, more of it surging towards there. It's more durable. It's more resilient. Maybe not forever, but for a long time, it's going to be a lot harder to damage as it fills in empty spots with a liquid it moves naturally according to your will now. Will this satisfy you? Will you leave the forests of Strahv?
Yep.
I'll look over at Katie. Is she coming with?
Yes,
Then yeah.
she, most of all, needs to leave. But first, she will leave only with her heart's desire. It slowly starts to walk up towards Katie. And a moment later, it slowly, gently cradles up Fluffy and then moves him towards the arm. He turns to that same tar-like liquid that composes them all, the white bone-like mask and claws turning liquid as it spreads across and sinks into where Katie's arm should be. He grows rapidly, absorbing more and more of the essence from the entity. And a moment later, it's definitely the shape of a human arm, but it is made up of the same grim black tar. It is highlighted with scarlet veins that seem to swell up and pump more of that same ichor through her entire body, and the ends of it, each of the joints, and especially at the nails, the talons now, it is that bone white that makes up the form of it. And then it sinks back into the nub of her arm, just disappearing entirely. And then it moves towards the hollow. An image flashes through all of your heads. It is not hollow when there is something inside of it. It has to remain hollow. You were not supposed to learn about it, and it was not supposed to learn about you.
Hmm.
Satisfaction will not be found on your path. You will not know peace while you walk on your path. It pauses for a moment and makes an offer. It could show you all peace. It could give you all meaning here in the forest, just like it did with all of the others. All of the other hunters, they have meaning. They find fulfillment. They live for the hunt. They die for the hunt. And all things have a place in the forest. You could take up a place in the forest too.
Hunter shakes his head, and he'll just go, my place is with them. And my purpose, it wouldn't be regulated here. I have other things to hunt.
So be it. It looks to Jack and prepares to make the same offer. To grant fulfillment to you, to live here, to hunt forever.
Jack's just gonna look at it. You're able to look into people's heads, right?
An image flashes in your skull of your own memories for a moment.
Then you should know why that's a horrible offer to make someone like me.
So be it. It momentarily looks at Lynn, but then simply does not make the offer.
Yeah,
You're too soft.
Lynn nods, just
Oops.
like, yep,
That sounds about right.
keep going.
She flinches and looks away, is looking towards Katie instead.
The entity picks up Katie, slowly steps down, and offers her body to Lynn.
She'll take it quickly, and then careful not to touch them.
It doesn't even think about letting me live here.
Uh-oh. It's like, please get it out, get it out. It's gross, it's icky, ew, get it out.
Hunter will offer to take Katie from Lynn.
It is not offering it to you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to, like, basically offer to Lynn to take Katie, if Lynn wants to. Because I'm
She
not
uses
sure
her
how strong Lynn
gravity.
is.
Yeah, well, she uses your gravity to
Oh, yeah, that's right.
hold her and everything. She feels comfortable and feels better having Katie kind of more safely in her arms.
Aww.
She'll do this for a little bit.
Cool, cool.
There's I don't know if it's picking up on the Discord says it's not picking up. So that's
Mhm.
supposed to be a slow clap.
Oh,
Ah.
it
There's a
didn't
slow
pick up.
clap from behind you. Yeah.
Did not. I think there's a
Yeah.
soundboard slow clap on me.
No, it's fine. It's
It
just
wouldn't
Yeah,
give the
yeah.
same.
it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not. The moment's gone.
Oh.
There's
okay.
We appreciate it
If
though.
anything, the patron looks disappointed at how poorly sounded the clap was supposed to ended up coming out, appearing near the hollow and looking at all of you. He does not look amused. No one's going into the hollow then?
This is where we need to be, right? The heart. We saw the heart.
This is the heart, yeah. Yeah, you saw the heart. You reached it.
Shake my head. We got what we were sent here for. Find the heart, see it, and then leave.
Oh well. It seems like the creature fulfilled your end of the bargain already. Gave you what you sought after. Is that correct?
Uh,
At least for now.
for the most part.
Well, so be it. As long as you've gotten your reward and I've gotten what I was looking for, it's completely. Immediately he disappears as the entity swings its arm wide, banishing the patron from inside of the forest.
Damn. I
Ooh.
was wondering how he's able to grant these wishes.
Oh, hey, before we leave, weird creature.
It faces you.
Jack's gonna pull out the letter. You the one who gave me this?
It looks at it and shakes its head. The one who gave that to you left a long time ago.
Gotcha.
When this forest was still young, he rested here.
Hmm.
He had no wards, just as you did.
Gotcha.
No wards?
No protections.
He went to sleep without any protections, which you know
So
how
sad.
iffy that is.
That's so sad.
Alright. Well, that should be all we're looking for, so.
Then when you leave, you will not come back?
No.
No.
Good. It turns back to face the rest of the forest. Then the hunt shall resume. The hunt shall continue. Katie, as you're coming to consciousness, you hear its lines as it says the hunt will continue now and forever. The eternal cycle of Grim and Hunter. Always fighting. Always dying. For eternity.
That's sad.
That is.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, well, I'm glad
Oh
you're
my
back
gosh,
to land of the
Katie!
living, Katie.
Oh my gosh, Katie, you're alive.
Good morning. Am I still in pain?
Oh,
Or-
you're in agony. You're still missing an arm.
Everything hurts.
You're alive. That's all that matters. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Once we get out of here.
Aw, thanks. Is Lynn like holding me or like?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes.
she's kind of cradling you to her chest. You know.
Yay! Hugs from Lynette. I give you like a little pat on the or like I attempt to as it's that I'm trying to like figure out.
Moves
lost an
arm,
arm.
cries in pain, moves other arm.
Yeah.
She
Alright.
smiles as like tears are like dripping down her face again.
Is there a fast
That's-
way to get out of your forest, sir, or are we walking?
It gestures, and the forest begins to split open. It'll take you there quickly, but it will take you past a few sites. And you hear it give a very explicit order. No matter what you see, do not turn back. Keep leaving. This is not your home.
He's gonna put his hand on Lene's back and move her in front of him.
That's a little sad. It seemed like a nice place to vacation before you took my arm.
Yeah, I think you're delirious.
I get that a lot.
Let's get
Nice.
going.
Yeah. I kind of like get up and I like pat Bananas. It's like, that's one teammate hug off my bucket list. You're next, Jackie. Piggybacks don't count.
I'm gonna look at Jackalope and go, why'd she pick you?
Jack's gonna shrug. I don't know. I'm about to deck her though for doing something stupid again.
If you hit her for every
I-
time she did something stupid, she won't have a face left.
Look, I'm the one who does the stuff that possibly gets themselves killed. You are still useful. You're not allowed to die yet.
You're useful too, and I do this stuff all the time.
Well, on the
Yes.
upside, at least you two match.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one arm,
Samesies.
Jack's the other.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get moving before this forest fucking kills us because one of you two do something stupid.
To be fair, I want to leave. I don't like being something else's pet.
You start leaving. And sure enough, you do see a few sights. I don't imagine that Hunter or Jack need to worry too much. They probably have the discipline to keep moving. Katie, you see a lot of Grim getting slaughtered. Does this bother you here in Strov? Does this
Well,
make you
but-
stop?
Yeah, probably.
Well, so you stop. Do you try to help them?
I kind of like try to reach out, see maybe like Abyssal Cuties like comes in as I. It's just like
Okay.
it's the
Hunter will
boys.
put
The
his
rest of you are able to see that.
Hunter will put his arm
No.
on Colty's shoulder, the good one, and just go, don't. Like a very cold tone.
But the puppies.
Don't.
Mm.
Lynn sees the same thing going down, but not just the Grim being killed. It's a shame that you learned her name, isn't it?
Oh.
She seems to be bleeding out now.
Aw.
Strov is not a good place. But she looks satisfied. She took the thing that damaged her with her. She's surrounded by dead Grim, and she's still holding onto her knife. She's stumbling forward, a gaping wound in her chest, and she seems happy. She's smiling, at least, as she keeps pushing herself forward, keep trying to fight, keep hunting just one more. She's not going to last much longer. How hard is it? But do you keep moving?
She feels the ache. Like she's been struck in the chest. But these people they're so different from how she's been used to. And she doesn't want to be used to these kind of things. She hopes, but she knows the outcome of these people and how they live. And she just forces herself to stutter a step and then keep moving forward.
Strov is not a good place. Strov is a war zone, constant and eternal, and it will continue to be a war zone. But there are other things you can do. There are other people to save. Because after all of this, as you're reaching the edge of the forest, witnessing all of it, it's hard not to remember what lays on the other side of it. This was a detour, a pause. You still have something far more dangerous than something that threatens a single village of hunters. You have gospels to fight. But I wonder how many of the characters notice that even as they walk, none of you ever saw Honey again.
Aww.
Oh.
Don't slap me in the face like that. You just couldn't let the horse dead, could you?
You're all outside of the forest now. You're all standing there. Katie's not bleeding. Her health has now officially changed. Congratulations.
Wow.
Do I notice the freaking grim thing, or is like did I just not question the arm or like the
You can
stuff?
sense something is different about your arm. That is for certain. But right now, the main
yeah.
focus is on getting out of the area, I think.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's fair.
Right now, you're conscious, you're able to move around, you do not feel good.
Yeah,
But
I
as
figured.
you all leave, you can feel your auras begin to settle in and go back to healing you.
Oh,
You will heal passively without sleep again now that you've left. You feel stronger, you feel more invigorated. Honestly, if you didn't know any better, you might think that Jack slipped some drums into your most recent food, but
Huh.
you haven't eaten, so the chances of that are unlikely.
Mhm,
But you're finally out of that place.
mhm.
As they
Katie?
walk,
Oh,
Hunter
what's
just
up?
kind of looks at Katie. He's just like, "You should get some rest while we walk. You need it."
Ah, yeah, Healy. It's fine. Honestly, I'm a little glad we're getting out of there. I like the Grim there. They're all nice and they're all really cool. But nothing really happens in that forest. You know, the Grim kill the hunters and the hunters kill the Grim. But in the end, it still goes back to zero. Nothing really happens. Like I guess everyone's satisfied, but it's a little weird. Back home was all about progress in a way.
Mm, I'm
They
sure.
don't care about progress.
Hmm?
Those people weren't people, Katie.
Yeah,
They were dogs on chains running in circles, chasing their own tail, thinking it was satisfying.
yeah. He still never believed me that the old hunters still aren't people. They're not human. Still
They're,
Grim.
they're likely
And
to
I'll
be.
still disagree with you on that
What the
any
fuck?
day of the week,
Uh,
Honey
what?
says as she strides out beside you.
Oh
Why the
my
hell are you
gosh!
coming with? I thought you were going back home.
No, I wanted to swing back home. I didn't say I was going to stay.
Miss Honey, you're alive!
Well, obviously ain't nothing in there that's going to hold me down. Don't know why y'all kept staring out into nothing for a while there. It's a big old expanse. Y'all just
Miss,
kept holding a conversation I could barely hear.
Miss Honey, look, I lost my arm and everything hurts, but that's basically a war scar.
Oh yeah, I saw that happen. Felt
It's
like I
pretty
was
bad.
further away than I was, but
Huh.
congratulations on surviving. You'll just have to kill twice as good with that other arm to make up for it.
So
Yeah.
you didn't
How did you?
see anything happening?
I saw y'all stare out into a blank abyss for about 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden, y'all were walking the other way.
What?
You
No.
followed us out the whole forest?
Yeah? Why wouldn't I?
You're so
Huh.
cool, Miss Honey.
How long did that take you? Doesn't it take like 7 days for you to get out?
I
Or
was
I
walking
guess
walking alongside y'all. Not far behind. I just kept an eye on y'all's backs. How long was it for
Yeah.
y'all?
Couple minutes, maybe.
Couple minutes. Oh damn. Okay, well. The fuck y'all. I've been marching for 26 hours.
We met the heart. It was it wanted us gone. It really wanted us gone. And I think it really wanted me gone, especially. But that's basically friendship.
That sounds like a whole lot of none of my business. If y'all convince me somehow that the heart has a mind or something, like, nope, I'm not having that.
No, I didn't
Grim,
have a it
Grim
had
don't
an
have
eye.
hearts.
I had an eye, I think.
That
Well,
thing.
yeah, everything's got eyes in Straw.
And and then it asked me what my heart's desire was, and I feel like I could have responded more eloquently, but I was more focused on the fact that everything hurt like really bad. So I just kind of wanted that gone, and now I'm not bleeding anymore, and I feel different.
Yeah.
I blinked
Well,
asynchronously.
I can see
I
it.
will never get used to that. She brings one of the heart fruit up to her mouth and takes a big old rip out of the flesh of it.
Oh, that looks
Ooh.
good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She tosses you one.
Yay! Nom 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 nom.
Yeah. It's
Right.
the most filling and satisfying meal you feel like you've ever had.
Oh, that's really good.
Just don't
Oh, yeah.
gently pat Katie's head. Well, we got what we were looking for, I suppose. You gonna be joining us for the whole journey back, or you got somewhere else to be?
Fortunately, I got a place to be. A promise to keep. Not mine, mind you, but apparently Granny had some unfinished business and she needed somebody with some experience in the outside world. And when I said that she's got enough to know what the fuck a scuttlebutt is, apparently she told me to shut myself up and get the hell on out of here. So,
Mm.
well,
Fair enough.
Doesn't matter that she's my niece. Apparently, that she still said that she's older than me, and I'm just so tired. I'm not arguing with that old bag.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Well,
Got
we're
something
glad.
to
We
do with
were-
those. Got something to do with those words she shouldn't know.
Lacognito hazard?
Yeah.
Well, apparently she went to some fancy schmancy place when she was out here. Atlas Academy or whatever.
Mm, makes sense.
Oh. They have words they shouldn't know.
Well, we're gonna see them soon enough, probably.
Yeah, well,
Too excited for that, Katie. You get to see New Grim up in the northern area.
Yay! Maybe they'll like me more and not get mad at me for accidentally making them sentient.
Yeah.
Sure.
it still shocks me that you managed to take out a clown like that.
Yeah. Well, that was mostly Jackie and old traumas. But I did get a friend out of it. Pat my jacket.
What friend did you get?
Hold on. You might not be able to like see him really well, but he's really cool. Hold on. Let me see here.
The oscillating radio wave creature from before.
Yay! Good
Yeah.
vibes.
Good vibes.
Jackie's gonna
She-
look in its general direction, recognize the static, and go, if you get into my head, Katie can't keep me from killing you. Stay out of my head.
You hear a
Put him-
sequence of zzz from it as it just seems to recognize the threat.
I slowly put him back into the jacket. Okay, friendship bonding time later.
Yeah.
Got it.
Also, Katie, you're now acutely aware of the fact that the arm that you used to put it back is definitely the arm that you lost. As everyone
Wait.
can clearly tell that the black tar sub that grim arm that you all saw before it disappeared is now there.
Yay! I got it back. Oh,
Yep,
oh,
it is
Oh, this is so cool.
tar black
Uh,
and studded with the bone white marks of a grim.
It's gonna be so hard to get people to not kill you.
Honey
point
gives
at-
you quite the side eye.
I pointed at Jackie and just go, samesies! Samesies!
Yep, both of you have prosthetics, sort of.
Not samesies. That's a biohazard. This is likely just rusty.
I'm
As you
pretty
flex
sure the
it,
way
you can
you
see
use it is a
the black
biohazard.
tar that was used to fill in the gaps and make it more resistant does flash out.
I'm fairly
So-
confident the way you use it, Jackie, is counts as a biohazard weapon.
I do get that a lot, though.
No,
But
you're
hold on,
just a
hold on, I have
biohazard, Katie.
I get that a lot. And then I start trying to like experiment with the arm to see if I can like change it and stuff.
As you're doing that, you become aware of something. Almost like there's something you could reach out and try and contact it. There's something there.
Ooh, I am immediately contacted
Oh
with
my
no
God.
thoughts.
No follow-up questions. Again.
No.
But you do. You reach out and immediately you're filled with an image. It's old. This image. From when Strav was still being born. A man high in the... There were 3 once. 2 that stood beside one another. Brothers, even. One was burning so brilliantly, you can't make out a single image, a single aspect of the body, and the other was made of inky darkness. The one made of darkness was cut down, and a part of him began to fall. When it touched the ground, there was something where it landed, and that something began to feast. You're not sure what it was that it ate, but it is what was the fuel for the first seedling. And you can tell, up above, you might not be able to tell who this being of light is or this being of dark is, but you can tell that there's someone standing across from them. The one who struck at those 2 creatures is a man with a golden capsule surrounding one arm.
Huh.
You are then brought back to your current state of being as the image has flashed away. You no longer feel it inside of you. It was just some remnant from the creature that gave you your arm.
Oh my god, guys, my arm has lore! Oh, that's so cool. I hug my arm.
Well, you hear a low growl, like a bear's growl, come from it as you do.
Hey!
You innately
It's
know that if you
right.
if you thrust your arm forward and basically force the entire arm off of your body, you can use it to summon Fluffy.
I
As you can feel
immediately
it.
do so with no follow-up thoughts.
Yeah, the arm surges off of your shoulder and crashes into the ground with a very wet sploosh before it immediately rises up from the pool to form Fluffy, bigger, bulkier, studded with even more white bone armor than ever before. He lets out a massive roar, standing now at well over 10 feet tall. And then
Nope.
he looks back at you. Fluffy's back in business.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna look
Nobody
over at
shoot-
Honey as she does this and just go, He's her pet. Don't worry about it."
Not my pet. He's my bestie. Nobody shoot him or I will cry. I hug
I
Fluffy.
shot him twice. She's still mad at me for it.
3
Most of
times
the-
and I shoot you back.
Most of them other hunters, they'd probably salivate at the opportunity to hunt a alpha Ursa, an Ursa major, if you will. But honestly, if you're putting it to the use to take out even more of the enemy, that's good work by my standards. And whatever they'll call me.
Oh my
Okay.
god, I'm so sorry for throwing you into buzzsaws.
It just looks around at itself, flexes its entire body to be even bigger, and lets out a bellowing roar that basically amounts to saying, if I got this strong from doing it, it was worth the sacrifice.
Oh, I'm Fluffy.
I think
I
that
missed
I
you so
think she
much.
lost Fluffy after the giant whale that we fought. That was a pretty fun. You want to hear that story, Honey?
His name was Mobius.
Not a chance in hell.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really want to listen to that one either. It's not great
Okay.
memories.
Well,
I yeeted Jack. It was pretty cool.
much as I'd love to keep wandering with y'all for a bit, I've got my own path to walk, and gods know that I need to get started on it.
Yeah, you
Best of luck
have
to y'all.
you have a fun time, Honey. And see if you can catch us again if whenever in the same area.
Oh, honestly, I real hope we don't. Thus far, we've met. Ever since we've met, I have been walking through hell and back. And I know I started in hell, but frankly, I'd like at least a minute apiece in the meantime.
Yeah,
I
fair enough.
highly doubt that you're gonna get that with how you are.
Well, girl can dream, can't they? She
She'll-
takes her
Say
hat off
funny.
her head, holds it over her chest, and gives a polite bow to the rest of you, the same one she offered to all the old hunters.
He'll put his arm against his chest and he'll do a light bow as well.
Oh, Miss Honey's going, huh? I get off of Fluffy and then I bow and then I'm like, oh, Fluffy, bow.
Fluffy then proceeds to mimic bowing.
Yeah. we'll go ahead.
Yay!
Wom, 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 wom.
At least you got him trained.
He's something.
She puts her hat back on her head, gives just a 2-finger salute, and then just walks the other way.
Bye, have fun.
She gives a jovial wave over her shoulder. It's not long before she disappears into the thicket.
Alright, well, we gotta figure out where we're going next, I suppose. But in the meantime, yeah, I was really hoping I would have that meantime. Just pulls out his phone.
Scroll.
Scroll.
Yeah, it's an alert, a message from one Ozma.
Oh,
Okay, well, here's our meantime. What's this?
Hello, are you there?
Yes.
oh hi.
Excellent. And is the entire team there as well?
1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
She got
Yep.
her pet. Don't worry about it.
His
Understood.
name is Fluffy.
Well, I would like to make sure that you all know then that we've tracked down some information that may be relevant to all of you.
Oh,
We believe we know where the next major attack will be from the Gospels.
oh, how'd you find that out?
Well, we found it by analyzing the local Grim sightings and realizing that not a single Grim has been spotted in the frozen north ever since they began to land.
What?
Not even one.
Huh?
Impressive.
We
Aw.
believe that the Gospels are keeping that entire place completely clear of all Grim as part of their plan. Something about the frozen north there seems to be the focus.
Alright, we'll go check it out. Any fast transportation, or we gotta make our way?
Well, we'll be able to provide some transportation as long as you can get to the nearest area. You mentioned that you were heading to Strov. You're not far from my neck of the woods, if you'll pardon the pun. Arrive at Vale, and I will be able to ferry you from the Hunter's Academy all the way to Atlas.
Serious, sir? We'll be right over. Although we might need a day to recuperate.
I have one at the. I have the portal at the academy.
Hmm?
Oh,
Oh yeah, and your
Yeah.
portals are no longer disabled.
Oh yeah.
We'll be right over.
Aw, I wanted to ride Fluffy there.
You
can
can
ride
ride
Fluffy through the portal.
Fluffy in a. Don't ride Fluffy
Oh,
through
actually,
the portal.
if
Please
the
don't
portal
ride
is into
Fluffy
the
through
dormitory.
portal.
Oh yeah, we're gonna fall into the dormitory, so you can kind of get some momentum and fall in there.
Don't ride Fluffy through the portal.
Gosh. Aw,
I think we scared that cleaner enough.
fine. Right, Fluffy, get back into my arm. I wave my so he's like, please.
Fluffy mimics an action that, honestly, you feel like you recognize it. You don't remember having ever done it before, but a part of you recognizes it. You have forgotten the first person that you high-fived, but you still remember that right there. You can't leave, honey. You can't leave Fluffy hanging like that. You just know what to do.
We can too.
I high five him back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. As you high stump his arm, he merges with the stump in order to form your arm again.
Right, does anyone have a cloak covering, cloth, anything to hide the he gestures to the massive black arm. Terror?
Red guy,
Katie.
I am offended that you think that I would do that.
I'd rather you not
Katie
get shot
could
within
pull her
5
entire
minutes.
arm in, but you know.
I'd rather you not get shot, stabbed, or massacred within 5 minutes of stepping into a hunter's
They
area.
wouldn't.
I think
They
that they
wouldn't
know that
do
we're
that.
very unique. We've shown them some things that we can do that shouldn't be possible.
Yes, but random people aren't going to care about what we've shown people. Oh, so anything grim oriented in the middle of a hunter area where shoot first, ask questions later is very prominent. Jackalope's is going to take off his tattered, messed up cloak, or I guess poncho that he's been wearing this entire time, and just throws it on Katie's head. Wear that.
You guys are no fun. I hope you know this arm is connected to a very cute scientist.
Would you rather Fluffy get shot while he's connected to your body?
Katie, there are many words I would describe you with.
Scientist is not one of them.
Scientist is definitely not one of them. Cute, in a weirdly like psychotic gremlin child kind of way.
Yay! I'll take it.
You're cute in the same way that a feral chihuahua is.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you don't want Fluffy to get shot, wear the poncho.
Fluffy's on me. Don't do that. And I put on the cloak while it's just
He
grumbling.
gently pats her back. I would, and he walks through the portal.
Bad guy. I chase
All
after
of you.
him.
All of you
Yeah,
continue to
of-
bicker
of
and the like
course.
as you go. What'd you say?
Jack's gonna stop Lynn before him and her enter, and those two go ahead and go in.
She kind of flinches when you touch her, if you do,
Oh.
but
Aw.
she will stop that.
Mhm.
Remember her, and then kind of look at you.
Yeah, you're still covered in red, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Oh, everyone's covered in blood. I hope they have a shower under.
Hunter's fine.
And maybe some new clothes.
Something
What was Jack
wrong?
gonna say?
Jack's just gonna look at her for a second. No, he was paying attention to his team members. He saw what was going down, what Lynn saw in the look on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Bluntly speaking, if you want to keep doing this, if you want to keep jumping, you're going to see a lot more corpses, hero. You don't have to harden your heart to it. But you can't let it sit with you either. Remember her face, okay? But remember that why you're jumping is more important. You may have to kill people one day.
She flinches at that.
You can't run from it forever. None of us can. Just, if you can't, I can.
She looks up at him
Aww.
when he says
Oh,
that.
I think that's cute.
Overwhelmed by what he had said,
Mm-hmm.
by just the offer that he was giving very kindly in his own way, but also the messed up connotations that she'd be forced to do something that she doesn't want to do,
Mm-hmm.
that she thinks that she never should be doing. Mm, She's quiet. Thank you. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Fun fact, the first kill I ever had haunted me for about a month.
How
And then
did
I
you?
got used to it and I got cold to it.
You
But
think
there are
about it?
still, yeah, I watched a bunch of people die. A lot of friends die. There was no burying people where I'm from. You took their dog tags and you moved on. If you could even find dog tags. At least you saw them one last time.
I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
You don't have to. That's why I'm here.
But just leave it up to everybody else. What
You,
could I do there?
I don't know. Do heroes in the stories you're from kill? Or do they run from killing?
I'd like to say sometimes they found a way.
How many of those stories are modified versions of the original? The people in that forest are dogs, Lynn. They're mutts for something that they refuse to look past. The good work, as they call it, is just another leash they took on because they thought there was nothing else. That thing was scared of us. It didn't want us there. Probably because Katie gave it sentience, but it also recognized that we don't belong. It recognized that we saw past what it was. But you first need to get medical training. If you're going to save somebody that's bleeding out on the ground because you did a piss poor job at it, we're going to need to teach you how to do on-field medical. Surprisingly, or not, I know how to stop a blood wound. Sometimes of massive quantity. Requires gunpowder typically, and disinfectant. Lots of disinfectant.
She gives like a grim smile. I guess I was looking forward to learning. Probably should.
Yeah. You're also the one that got a new life from all this, right? Because it's not Katie, it's not me, and it's definitely not Hunter.
A new life.
A second chance, I guess. What NSB was calling it.
I don't know. I don't feel like this is a new life. I don't know if he was talking about me.
Jack shrugs. Could have been talking about any one of us, honestly. I mean, my face changed when we came here. Missing all my scars. Don't need my glasses. Well, then I got new ones.
Do you like it better here than before? Though, sorry, that might be quite a bad question.
Technically, yes, but it's still not where I want to be. It's not my goal.
That is a good question. Where is the goose?
That is a great question, but not one that we'll be facing off with this episode, which we'll be wrapping up very soon, but not right now.
Oh.
Instead, the camera is going to zoom out and pivot. It's going to pivot very to the north, very, very far to the north. Far enough up to confirm, at least for the players, that, yeah, Atlas is the place to go. Atlas is the target. As we zoom in to see some figures familiar in the form of those unknown location posts in the Discord, we have us zoom in a fair bit. And what is for certain is the most powerful one amongst them looks across an area. Something has begun. The job begins. Shadowbeam, he watches on. His hands are tight at his sides, clenched hard. There's another one. More penitent than wrathful than he once was, but more important than anyone there, more important than the clown or anything, is the one that they look down and out at. In the heart of the cavern, there sits an egg, is a good term for it. Another seed. This one is not like the others. The others, they stood maybe 8, 10 feet tall. The tallest you saw was maybe in 16 feet. This is the size of a building. Not a small one either. And unlike the others, the white is not opaque. You can see through this one. Like the shell of the egg has been stripped away, and all you can see is that plasma-like substance. And in the heart of it all, half digested, half devoured, is a shape. The remnants of an inky black corpse. The same corpse that was seen twice now by Katie. The same one that bled. That one drop of its being seemed to feed into Strav. There's not much left of the body, but as the egg begins to cannibalize it, it's clear what it is. The very same one that had fought in the ancient memories that you first saw when it entered into your head. The corpse of the god of darkness, what little of it remains, has been fed to this massive egg, to whatever is meant to grow from it. And it's only a matter of time before it hatches. And that's where we're going to end the session for now and for about a month.
Alrighty. So,
Oh,
thank you
wow.
guys for joining, ladies and gents, and all the viewers who are watching. As Corin has said, we're going to be stopping almost all the videos on the channel for the entirety of January, with the exception of Fridays, because I have a lot of other stuff that I want to get done, as well as a lot of stuff that I want to work on in the background of the channel, as well as a few other factors. But we're going to be stopping it after tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to get my computer up in order to do most likely Phasmophobia tomorrow at about 6 p.m. PST. But if I am not able to get Phasmophobia up and during, I will be joining my friend Lissa's stream later in through the night for a Halloween party. Not Halloween party, a New Year's party. It's not Halloween
It's
yet.
not Halloween party.
But we're going to be popping over and raiding Lissa because she's a sweetheart and she is playing. I believe she was playing. Oh, right, my thing is not working still. That's fine. It's so weird not. Oh, I don't even have my rating stuff up. It's so weird not being able to do raids. You guys probably won't be able to hear me because I'm switching off my Discord, but the chat will be able to. So, we're going to be going ahead and raiding Lissa today, which is going to be fantastic. But I'm going to be on her channel at about 11 p.m. PST tomorrow, playing some Tower Unite for a lovely thingamabob. A Christmas party. If I can actually go and raid her, Jesus Christ, this is so slow. Why do I do this to myself, guys? I should wait until oh well, I won't. It's fine. It's whatever. It'd be fine. I'll get my stuff done in January. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not dying inside. Almost there.
Mhm.
Slowly getting there, guys. I'm at the tab now. Yep, following. Yep, just one more click. One more. Yep. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Nope, that didn't work. Following. Almost there. Almost there we are. There's Lissa. Okay, we're gonna raid Lissa, guys. Start. Click start. For the love of God, please. Just let me click it. Just let me click. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You could just click. Just click the button. Just click the button. I'm never using this to stream again if I can possibly fucking avoid it. Oh my god. Click the button. Thank you.
Okay, I thought we were gonna have a modern Icarus story.
I'm crying, guys. Okay, we're going raid. Thank you guys for joining. Have a good night. Bye.
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 Hi.
Auf Wiedersehen.
End the raid.